Hello everybody, and what is going on? So this is part 2 of the askm8 video from yesterday. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, then I'll leave a little card, you know, sort of link you back to that one. But yes, we answered quite a lot of questions in the last askm8 video, but don't worry, we've still got a lot of good questions to answer in this one. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. If you went to a desert island and you could only take 3 things, what would they be? I'd take my phone, my laptop and a charger. I wouldn't want to leave. That's a desert island. That's a hell of a way to get on the housing ladder. What's your favourite viral video ever? Now, I wouldn't say that this video is like a viral video, but it was a clip from Adventure Time where Jake basically walks up to the Ice King and he goes, "Your constant harassment of the female gender makes me sick." Opinions on half zip up fleeces, like for example, vintage polo or Tommy Hilfiger. Now we all know that I love vintage Tommy Hilfiger and I love Ralph Lauren polo stuff, and half zip up fleeces, you can't really go wrong with them. You wear it when you're cold and you think, oh no, it's a little bit too hot, you know, what can I do? I've got this big massive fleece. You got the half zip up, zip it down, cooler, get that chest area cool down a little bit. Fila, Nike or Reebok. They're already laid out in the top 3 that I would pick them in. Fila, Nike, then Reebok. What's your opinion on golf wang? Successful music careers, successful actual artists, clothing brand, successful TV show. They've done everything. They're a madness, bruv. Media empire. Favorite champion piece ever? The all over print tracksuit that I actually own. That's just sick, bruv. It's sick. It's sick and it's comfy as well. What sorts of styles do you want to come back and which ones do you think need to go? To be honest, a style that I really would like to come back into the mainstream is like the UK 70s street look. I'm talking like Harrington jackets, braces, button-up shirts, checkered print, Doc Martens, that sort of stuff. And to be honest, I don't think that any trends need to go at this moment in time. I can't really think of any. What's your favourite colourway on shoes? All of them. It depends what mood I'm in. One day I could want like a clean pair of shoes that are like all white, all black, subtle hits. And the next day I think, you know what, yeah, I want something crazy. I want something with like 3 different primary colours in there. I want it to look a mess. What lens do you use? The one that comes with the 70D. It says, the Canon zoom lens EFS 18 to 55mm. What got you into doing YouTube and how did it get started? Okay, so here's the short story of it. One day I got bored and I decided to make really crappy videos on the internet. Not fashion based or anything like that, like Casper Lee or Thatcher Joe. That's how I started YouTube. It was terrible, it was horrible. Then I stopped doing YouTube for a very long time after that and decided, you know what, yeah, I want to start doing fashion videos because I actually care about fashion and style and all that stuff. And here we are. What's your thoughts on the new Bape NMDs? They're sick. Favourite Supreme piece this season, and can I get a follow back? Firstly, following, and secondly, I did quite like the Slayer collab that they did, and the headband. What would be the most you'd spend on a single item of clothing, shoes not included, and put my Insta name on your forehead, please. And what is the most I would spend on a single item of clothing? To tell you the truth, I think £300 would be my absolute max limit on a single item of clothing. Even then, I would have buyer's remorse and I'll be very conflicted. I'd probably frame the receipt. Biggest inspiration on fashion for you? Now, at this very moment in time, I have 2 major inspirations that sort of inspire my style and whatnot. Firstly, would have to be like old 80s and 90s anime movies, just for that general theme and aesthetic. And secondly, brands like Fila and Kappa. You've got your brands like Nike and Adidas playing it safe, doing their thing with the whole streetwear thing. But I feel like brands like Fila and Kappa are trying to break the mold, and I respect that. I respect being different, having changed, that sort of thing, and it's just good to keep it moving forward. Are you in Facebook groups for Supreme, Palace and the Basement, etc.? Yep, I'm in the Basement, I'm in Supreme Talk, I'm in Palace Talk, I think I'm in Patta Talk, Dickies Talk, Napa Pajari Talk, Ralph Lauren Talk, a lot of talking groups. I think I'm an admin for Rotated Garms as well. Longest you've queued for a drop? I have to make a confession, I have never actually queued for a drop. Never done a camp out, but I do want to try it out, so I guess you could say I haven't been like initiated yet. First off, congratulations on your success so far, man. I love the YouTube vids, you're a big inspiration, and my question is, do any of your tattoos have meanings behind them? And would you be looking to get any more? Now, firstly, thank you, massive respect. And secondly, these tattoos, unfortunately, don't have any meaning whatsoever. I just walked into a tattoo shop one day and I was like, I want a sleeve. And this is what I got. Not in like one sitting, obviously. I did think about it. It wasn't just like, oh, do whatever you want. I did like the idea of having animals and a traditional style tattoo. So I'm sorry, but there is no actual meaning behind this tattoo. If you're going to take anything away from this, I just like vintage stuff. So I decided to tattoo vintage or traditional style tattoos on me. Best cities to visit. I've only visited London, but London is pretty good though. What would you say the best way of getting money is for the younger kids into fashion and streetwear? Now, there are a number of ways. Someone like under the age of 16 can do this. Maybe you can get a paper round. I know that's a bit old fashioned. Selling things on Depop is actually a really good way as well. You can be any age to do that. Reselling, if you've got the time and effort for that. And that's all the things I can think of. I hope that helps. If you could collaborate with any brand, who would it be? Diodora. The craftsmanship in their shoes is phenomenal. 12 people make those shoes, by the way. What's your opinion on the brand Represent? They're doing their thing and I respect them highly for it. Opinions on Midnight Studios. They're doing their thing and I respect them highly for it. When are you going to make another lookbook video? I already have the outfits in mind, it's coming soon. Thoughts on the Supreme The North Face drop from week 13? Too bold or too far out there? Massive fan of your channel. The quality and ideas of your videos should deserve way more attention. Firstly, thank you. And secondly, the Supreme North Face collab this week was okay. It did have a very autumn feel to it with like the bright orange or the pumpkin orange or whatever colour that was. And the leafy camo stuff going on. There definitely have been better North Face Supreme collabs. Shoulda copped, didn't cop, salty. Thoughts on the upcoming Adidas Bape collab. Honestly, I think that Adidas and Bape have absolutely smashed this collab. Bringing these two brands together, especially with those NMDs, was the best idea these brands had. 10 times better than the Bape Puma collab. 10 times better than the Adidas Palace collab. Adidas and Bape, they done it right. Family, relationships, yes. Do you still love me? Absolutely 100. Favourite Supreme North Face piece? Now, I can't remember which year it was, but it must have been like 2007 or 2008. I'll put a picture of it up here. I just like the colours. They look sick. Best places for charity or thrift shopping? Now, for charity shops, I have no idea. Just go into any charity shop. It's a numbers game. The more charity shops you go into, the more stuff you'll find. Thrift shopping, there are a bunch of thrift shops that you can go to, especially in the city, like East End Thrift Shop, Hackney Flea Market. I hope this helps. Favourite movie? Spirited Away. You thought Finding Nemo had the feels? Nah, bruv. Nah. Favourite fit you've seen this year? Except the Hawaiian shirt from the Leonardo DiCaprio film. That was a good fit though. This fit. If you couldn't have a 90s style, what style would you have? I've always wanted to dress like 1940s smart. I'm talking like the whole three-piece suit, pocket watch, pocket handkerchief, that sort of stuff, button-up shirts, waistcoats. I hope that answers your question. I'm sophisticated. Getting any Bape Adidas? I want to. There's so much good stuff coming out this year. The Jordan 3s, the Yeezys, Bape Adidas, Kith stuff with the Rugrats, Supreme Bogos. There's so much stuff going on. I can't pay attention to like all of these things at once. I want to, but I know it's going to be extremely hard to cop. How are you, mate? I'm very good, thank you. How are you? Are you getting any Valone or Off-White soon? If I do, it's going to be all over the YouTube channel. Like, you spend that much money on these items of clothing, I'm going to like milk it for all it's worth. Thoughts on using a lace as a belt? I have to admit that this question's got me all tied up. Delete this. I'm still 50-50 about the idea. It looks good on some people, but it don't look great on others. It's a matter of circumstance. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Honestly, I have no idea. What do you think about the Adidas Originals Zestra? Let's look up the Zestra. Oh, that's an old school shoe. Conflicted. Can you please do a shout out of my Instagram? Jury P Fan Matter. Love your videos. Firstly, thank you, and secondly, shout out complete. Wagwan from Australia. Love your videos, bruv. Not sure how to style my red Reeboks that have been collecting dust. Into vintage looks now. Please help. Also, can you give my Insta a shout out? First of all. And secondly, red Reeboks. I would probably pair that with like a red sweatshirt, maybe oversized, and some slim cut jeans with a pin roll. Socks optional, but if you're gonna wear socks, make them white socks. And of course, the red Reeboks. That's just one outfit that just like popped into my head. Let me know if that helps. Can you get basement clothing online? And how did you get your basement jacket? You can get basement clothing online, and I got mine off like the Basement Big Cartel site. Would you ever make your own brand, some kind of merch? Now, I have covered this in a previous Ask Mate video, and my thoughts are exactly the same. If I was gonna make any clothes, then I'd make sure that it was like a proper quality. It would come with a little bit of a story, well thought out, quality clothes, that sort of thing. And you never know, it might happen one day. What are your grail items, shoes and clothing wise? Shoe wise, any of the OG Yeezy 350s, Moon Rocks, Turtle Doves, Pirate Blacks, Moon Rocks. Did I say Moon Rocks? I already said Moon Rocks. I meant Tans. Clothing wise, all of that vintage good stuff. Cool G, vintage Tommy Hilfiger, vintage Polo, anything along those lines. If you could have any supreme piece, what would it be? Keep up the dub content, G. First off, thank you, massive respect. Big man ting, legend. Secondly, the T-Bird. Look at it, it looks amazing, it looks sick. Why wouldn't you want that? I want that. When are you going to start uploading videos multiple times a week? To be perfectly honest, I really want to make YouTube and fashion blogging my full-time job, because then at least that way, then I'd have something to show you every day. Because at the moment, I don't really do fashion related stuff every single day. This is just like a little hobby of mine. But I would love to take it to the next level, turn it into a job, do something you love doing. And the last question is, what do you do for work? I used to be a marketing coordinator, but now I'm on other things. Like I said before, I want to do this full time. I think I've got a good 4 hours of footage here. And on that note, I think that's where we're going to end the video today. If you like this video, you can give it a nice little like. If you want to subscribe and see if more of what I do, because I do a lot of fashion based stuff, lifestyle based stuff and style based stuff, then you can by using a subscribe button that can be located anywhere on this webpage here. Share this video with your friends, comment any other questions you may have, and now that is everything. Bye.